Hello, everyone. My name's Dina Redinger. I am here with my co-host, Sharon Weinstein. I couldn't even get it out of my mouth right this morning, Sharon, but welcome. We are so excited to be here with all of you. And I'm here at home. Obviously, you can hear my dog barking in the background. So it's all about being human and going with the flow. So we want to announce what is going on in our world today. So, Sharon, I'm going to hand that off to you to kick off for us.
I'm super excited, Dina. I'm super excited about what is going on in our world today. And what is going on in our world today is what we've been talking about. If you look on the bookcase behind me, you see a whole stack of them. You see the green next to the red and the yellow. Those are all the books that I have written. This is the first one that I have written, and not the last one that I have written with you. And it has truly been a joy. I'm so excited about our title. I'm
Yes.
excited about how it looks. When I look at what Kim, our graphic designer, did with the G and thinking and how it is in fact broken and
Yeah.
needs to be repaired, it gives us so much leverage and so much work to be done. And I'm just thrilled to pieces
Yep.
to
Yep.
be able to share with people. And Dina, remind me, isn't the next opportunity for us to share with them at that retreat in September?
Yes, we've got an exciting place. It was a gift. We've got a place out in Cuba, Missouri that is sets out on a beautiful piece of land. And this was donated by Rachel Andreessen. She was the CEO of Wallace Oil Company back in the day in 2015 when I was coaching the company. This retreat is really focusing on pieces of this broken thinking. We want to help you to learn this art to think differently by learning the base training for think differently. So it starts on a Friday, ends on a Sunday. It's all inclusive. You just get to St. Louis. If you get to St. Louis, we've got somebody's going to pick you up, take you to Cuba, Missouri, which is about an hour and a half from St. Louis, and it will take you back on Sunday to get to your flight. If you are on the other side of Missouri, such as Springfield, Missouri, on the other half, you can drive there. It's an hour and a half. So we are excited. We have 11 slots to be able, to fill. We filled most of those. We have about 6 left. So we want to invite anyone in here, specifically HR people, senior leaders who'd like to learn this art. This is an incredible way to learn the base training in a very, very safe space where we're going to stretch our thinking. So,
To me, it's also an opportunity for HR leaders. Think
yes,
about if you're from a mid-sized to large organization and you have a huge workforce and perhaps things are not going the way that
yes,
you intended, or
yes,
you're not having the outcomes. You and I have done a lot of work in
yes.
that area
Yep.
with not realizing what happens when everyone is not totally on board and when there is that level of unawareness, if you will. This
Yes.
is a huge opportunity for HR professionals to
Yeah.
also join the discussion,
Mhm.
become a part of the retreat, but also take advantage of the opportunity to perhaps be a facilitator for a future session that they
Right.
could bring internal to
Right.
the organization and create tremendous outcomes, right?
Yes, absolutely. There's been a lot of authors, specifically, I was talking about the book I was reading over my vacation by Adam Grant. And that one is called Think Again. What's interesting is the things that Adam is talking about that he has experienced being at Harvard has come out as an RY and very, very synonymous with how we can create the think differently is such a powerful thing. But it really is an art and there is a process to it. And for a lot of people who have trying to step into this new era of meta leaders, and we'll talk about that next, you really have to have a process to do that. We've honed that. We actually put it in the book, Think Differently. We've got 18 chapters specifically talking about the things that get in the way of people's success. And I want to go back to what you talked about, Sharon. HR leaders today are trying to figure out how do they retain people. We've got the great exodus going on that's still occurring. We've got managers who are deciding, you know what, I'm done with management. I don't even want it anymore. So they're stepping out. Gives people a reason to step back in a safe environment, but creating safety within the organization, giving people an opportunity to share great ideas, creating that opportunity to create successful teams and bigger outcomes in the end. So if you want a different outcome,
Mhm.
you absolutely have to think differently. Meta leaders today have to think differently. You just do. So we've proven that all over the world with people of all sorts of different cultures. And you'll read that in the stories that we have in our book, Think Differently. It was so fun writing it with you, Sharon, because you and
Mhm.
I, we both all have our warts. We're humans, right? So that's in the book.
Yeah.
It's full
So
disclosure.
there are two things that you just said. Okay. When you want the different outputs, as a USAID contractor for the State Department for many years, I learned very clearly that inputs equal outputs.
Yeah.
And they measure inputs and outputs in
Yeah.
HR and in business and in the corporate environment.
Right.
People are looking, right? People are looking
Right.
all the time. They're measuring, they're assessing your
They are.
productivity. And amidst this huge resignation that we're seeing all across industries,
Yeah.
it's not limited only to healthcare or only to pharma. It's
No.
huge.
Yeah.
Isn't it better to
Yeah.
not bail out, but
Yes.
to rethink the process and
Yes.
bail back in, take
Yeah.
advantage of an opportunity like this
Yes.
to learn a whole new method of dealing with your people
Right. It's
and
so
creating productive
powerful.
environments that really
Right.
give you the
Mhm.
outputs that you want?
Right. And this is not something that's just been thrown out there. This has been vetted with over 600 people that have been in these small groups. Things that we see where, ERG groups are really missing, right? We've got siloed segmentation of groups. We've got diversity inclusion. Everybody's struggling to try to figure out what's the glue to hold these pieces together and making sure that your people are retained. What we found is that this is it. People that have gone through the training have come out on the other side because they learned something that they could actually facilitate and create the change that they want to be a part of. So there's a real empowerment and a step into confidence of how you're thinking. And you do absolutely have to think differently.
What can people do to reserve their spot at the retreat? What do they need to do?
Yes, so they should go on my website at Ace Coaching Company. You'll pick it up and go into the events section, and you can actually register for the event. And it's coming up in September. It's like September 18th, 19th, and 20th. It's that weekend. Like I said, this is a power-packed weekend where we didn't take you away from your family very long. It's very cost-effective. All you have to do is just get to St. Louis or drive from Springfield or any surrounding area. Cuba, Missouri is right in the middle of Missouri, so you can get there. But we paid for your travel to actually take a limo from St. Louis all the way to Cuba on Friday and then back on Sunday. So it's all inclusive. We're going to work hard. You're going to build really strong relationships, but you're going to learn the art of what everybody is looking for right now. And it's how do you think differently? So
Dina, the folks who attend the meeting, will they get a copy of the book as well? Those who attend the retreat?
yes, they're going to get a copy of the book. We're going to have some worksheets that you're going to be able to take with you. This is base training for everybody that is looking to create a spot for themselves in their company that can actually facilitate and lead diagnostic thinking groups in the future. So this is kind of a base training. You're going to be able to get the book. Reading the book will allow you to see what is the benefit, what's the WIFM in this. It's got some really tough questions in the book, specifically designed to help you move forward. This is not a global read about everybody else. It is about other stories, but it truly is around what do you need to do to move forward. And we've got 18 chapters that address certain things that leaders must do to become the next generation meta leader.
So do you agree with me that after attending this program, that they will truly be able to start implementing the process?
Yeah, I think they will. They will need to, they want to be a fully certified diagnostic facilitator. We've got that program in progress right now. We definitely will give you the base so that you can start and begin to make changes within your organization today. In order to be able to be a certified facilitator of the diagnostic thinking process, we've got a couple different things that we will offer. And coming to the retreat is the first part of that. So we've got all of that.
Okay. How many slots did you say remain?
We've got 6.
Okay. What if somebody wants to bring a friend? What if they want to come as a buddy? Do they save money? Is there a deal offered to them? How do they do that?
If they want to bring a buddy, we'll give them a 10% off for the second person. So we can do that for them. So if they'd like to do that, we'd love to have you. Bringing buddies is always fun, especially if you're in the trenches together. You can certainly create a lot of synergy by bringing somebody with you or having somebody in the same field as you to be able to share some of the great ideas and ways you can move forward. So this program is about accountability. Go ahead, Sharon.
But I was thinking that even if they don't want to bring a buddy, even if that's not their inclination, won't they glean tremendous value by being in the same space
Yes.
with a vetted group of professionals,
Yeah.
like-minded professionals who
Yes.
share the same concerns, the same
Yeah.
challenges, have
Yeah.
the same aspirations for their future, really want to start beginning this process?
Yes,
And do it now.
And the people that we have signed up right now are rock stars. These are
Oh, I know. I know.
Executives.
They're amazing.
These are people that have been around the world. They have a lot of experience. They're coming to learn something new themselves. This is truly is a process where you're going to walk away with change for yourself personally, being able to create change, but learning that process of thinking differently. Like I said, once again, it's critical that you learn this now. It makes things so much easier for yourself as you move through your life and your career, but it also makes it so much easier for people that you work with and that you lead. These are challenging times, and it takes a different process.
It does take a different process. I'm so excited about the fact that we are offering that different process.
Yes. Yeah. And
we have been through it ourselves. Heaven knows how many people you've worked with. Is it over 600 groups?
Yep.
An amazing number of people who have benefited from this process.
Yeah. Then let me just share with you, I send a post survey all the time, and it's a retrospective look. So that's what we do when we're very end of every program. We go back and say, okay, what made this different for you? There are three main things that came out of that. Number one, I'm much more confident in how I make decisions. Number two, I've learned the art of how to ask better questions, and I've learned how to create trust. And number three, I'm creating stronger teams. And we know, Sharon, you and I know very well that non-collaborating teams cost companies a ton of money. The problem is they're not looking at it through the eyes of what is the cost of non-collaboration, and they don't know what to do with it. They kind of wait till the fires get started and there's a lot of relationships that get damaged. What we're going to teach you is how to not get the fire started at all. We make sure that you can negotiate well, make sure you negotiate with confidence, and making sure you stepping in and offering something different for yourself and different for other people. And that is critical today. And it creates so much more happier. Most of the people that got done with the groups, were giddy. They were so excited to share, hey, this is what's happened for me. I've changed, I've got promoted, I'm making more money. I've seen as somebody who has impact within the company. I'm no longer getting ignored or passed over. So if any of these have some resonance and have you thinking, I need to step out of what I'm currently doing, I'm going to ask you to step back in and try this first. And then tell us what you want to do from there, because this is a game changer.
Okay, then Dina, if people want to learn more about the retreat, if they have a personal question that they want to ask, if they don't want to share on StreamYard or through LinkedIn or in any other way, they can pick up the phone and call you, or they can send an email, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And find out exactly what they need to know.
Yep, absolutely. So my number is 314-550-2477. I'll entertain any questions you have. Sharon and I only have one intent, and that's to help you be more successful and happy at work and life, because we've already done it. We've already made our own mistake.
Our lives to it.
Yeah, we're giving you a gift.
Really have.
It's going to help. Yeah, it's going to help you not do the same things that we did, and to be able to course correct things very much earlier in your career. And this is going to be so much more helpful. And if you're in HR, absolutely, this is something you definitely want to take a look at. Get the book, Think Differently. It's available on Amazon. Read it yourself, decide for yourself if you want to attend. My hope is that you will want to attend, especially if you are struggling at all with any sort of issues.
And if you're one of those folks that's still on the fence, Dina's given you her number. You have her email address. You know how to reach us. But if you'd like to see a short 30 to 35 page preview of what's in this book,
yes,
peruse that table of contents and see what we really have included,
Hmm.
and you'd like to know more about that, send me an email, Sharon at
Yeah.
sharonmweinstein.com. Just label it preview. It will come to you as a PDF.
Yep.
You will be truly amazed. You're the folks who, once you see that,
Yeah.
who will fill those last 6 slots.
Yep. And we love it. And we can't wait to see you. I mean, truly, we're very heartfelt about what we've done. We put a lot of work into the book. I put a lot of work in my own career, but especially post career on my own self work. And that's where all of this came from. This diagnostic thinking came from. So we're here to help you be successful. Sharon and I are excited to take you on this journey, and we don't want you to miss out.
Can't
So
wait.
do something.
Yeah,
Call
do
me.
something. Let us hear from you in the next 48
Right.
hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds great. Awesome.
Take care. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.